Full disclosure, I am not a techie person. I'm a lazy person when it comes to tech, and I will do the easiest actions for myself all the time. So this is probably going to be great for anyone who's new to it. So engaging questions is something that I do naturally, so I don't have to use that one ever. Scroll down, we're going to go to the blog area. And I love to go to the blog post outline.
Okay.
And start there. I'll typically, what I try to do is I put in like a pain point and a result that I'm looking for with a topic.
Okay.
So let's pick a business and let's run with it.
Let's do mindset coach.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can take out coach.
Okay.
And we'll just go with mindset. And so a pain with mindset might be overwhelm.
Okay.
And then a result of some sort might be stress-free. And I would do a dash in between that.
Okay.
Yeah, so stress-free. And then tone of voice, I like to do, Grant Cardone is one of my favorites. I don't know why this one works so well, but it's one of my favorites. Or sometimes I'll do something that's mean or sarcastic or something like that, just because it's more punchy and blunt.
Yeah.
And I really like those. So that should be good.
Let's see. So mindset, overwhelm, stress-free. And so
okay, so it's it actually took mindset, overwhelm, and grouped it together as a phrase, which is not what we wanted. So if we give it a little bit more, so mindset, use your mindset to stop overwhelm and become stress-free. So we just turn it into a sentence, and that way it doesn't group those words together.
Okay.
So then what I would do is I would come look through here, and I would grab and pick and choose the ones that resonated with me that I like the most.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to be talking about mindset, start by acknowledging that you're in control of your own mind and emotions. For me, I'm like, nah, take a step back and assess the situation to see if it's really worth getting stressed. Okay, no, like if I'm stressed, definitely not doing that. Make a plan of action and stick to it even when things get tough. Wow. Okay, I'm not liking this one at all. This sounds like a person I would never want to work with for mindset. No offense, if you're a mindset coach and that's your thing, you're probably amazing. Get organized and create a routine that works for you. So maybe create a routine, and I would take that. What I typically do, and this probably you can show how to best use boss mode in this case, but what I would typically do is I'll take that piece and then I'll put it over into a Google Doc and I'll organize it there. So I'll take out the pieces I like. Let's see, find something that brings joy, makes you happy, whether it's painting, hiking. I might throw that in there somewhere. So typically I'll just grab the pieces. So I would copy all the way down from create a routine to find something. And then I'd throw that into a separate Google Docs. See how it says open in Docs? Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Who's coming up with cool tools that like are super helpful. I'm using this all for Facebook. Perfect. I just really like the blog post outline for Facebook.
So it's going to open it in here, but we wanted to delete everything from create a routine, right?
Yeah.
Down. So we can jump into the thing that I was mentioning in a second after we do this. So we got ideas now.
Yeah, and I would take out number 5 because number 5 was like, nah.
Yeah. Okay. Now what are we going to do?
We're going to go back over and look at the other ones that gave us 3 different options. So I go through the different options and I'll look at them. Cool. So the problem with overwhelm, what is the root of overwhelm, how to change your mindset and eliminate overwhelm, the benefits of a stress-free life. I actually like all of that. I think that breaks it down really easy. That's a really cool format. And then I would probably, like, you could take that, if you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner, you could take that as a framework. That is a great framework to where it could be the problem with anything. So if you're a fitness coach, it could be the problem with cardio. What is the root of whatever the pain point is they have with cardio? Like, how do you change your fitness so that you can eliminate cardio and the benefits of a cardio-free life? Like, so you see how we could just take that as a framework and easily run with it. And Jasper spits out little frameworks like this all the time. Most people don't pay attention to it. I like that as a framework. So we'll probably, like, I would just add that in there. So then the other one that was there, our mindset is the root of our stress. We can change our mind to become less overwhelmed with stress. There are 3 types. there are 3 steps to changing our mindset. I would take those 3 steps and I would throw that in there. Once we've changed our mindset, we can, number 3, I would take that and throw that in there.
Cool.
So I would take those basics, and then what I would do is whichever one inspired me the most, I would go over into the AIDA framework and the PAS framework. And I like toggling between the two and using these.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd take one of those pieces and put that in there under product description. And then whatever I'm trying to push, whether that's a lead magnet or it's a topic for a live or it is my actual product, I'd put that into the company product name spot, because then it'll take it and format it for me. So let's say there are 3 steps to changing our mindset. So I would put it as the 3 steps for changing mindset.
And then Grant Cardone for this as well.
Let's go with sarcastic, just for fun, just for funsies.
Generate content.
Switch it up a little bit to see what we got. That's a terrible headline. Sometimes it gives really great headlines, and sometimes you're like, no. Like for social media, it's a terrible headline. You're reading this because you want to change your life, right? Okay, that's really this. Okay, this is the one issue that I've had with Jasper that you're going to have, and you're going to have to navigate this, is that Jasper has a tendency to be vague because it doesn't have all the details. So the more details you give it, the more detailed it will be, but then you're not leaving it to be open to the internet. So what I like to do is initially when I go in the first time, I don't give as many details so that I leave it open for that creativity. And then I'll take the pieces I like and I'll switch it up. So this is what I did with my book too. And Jasper wrote essentially like 40% of my book. So like where it says, you're reading this because you want to change your life, right? I would take, instead of change your life, I would change that to something extremely specific, utilizing the framework that it used for the sentence. So you're reading this because you want, and we were doing a mindset coach. So you're reading this because you want to actually enjoy your time with your family. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that would be a very specific situation. So that might be one of the pain points that I recognize my audience is talking about and complaining about all the time. If I was doing it for my particular audience, which is people who are utilizing Facebook and want to get higher engagement, I would say you're reading this because you want your posts to get higher engagement, right? Question mark. And that's what I would do. I would do it specifically to them. So we're talking about mindset coaches though. So leave that there. We would take that. I would probably use that. Okay. And then we could use that to, again, have the AIDA framework and give us something else, or we could take what we have here. We would take out intention, interest, and desire, and we could throw it over into the PAS framework. So I'll go back and forth between the frameworks to get them to clean it up. But let me read the rest of it real quick. So we all know that changing our mindset is the first step to getting what we want in life, but it's not always easy, especially when our old ways of thinking are so deeply ingrained. That's why we created this guide. So this is going specifically for a lead magnet. That's why we created this guide, to help you understand and accept yourself for who you are and become the best version of yourself. Follow these 3 simple steps and you will be on your way to a better life. So back to a better life, I would change that again to you will be on your way. What's that?
Like spending more time with your family. Like
you'll be on your way to enjoying the time you spend with your family.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say something like, without the stress of responsibility weighing you down in the back of your mind, something like that. Yeah. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. And we promise that if you stick with it, you will see, and see how it says you will see results.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll change you will see results to a specific result. So we promise that if you stick with it, you will have more moments of joy with your family, or something like that. Yeah, I like that. Experience is better than have.
With your family, right?
Mm-hmm. Because that's specifically what we were talking about. That is the specific hook that we have up at the top. So what are you waiting for? Start changing your mindset today. That's a really dumb thing, because we said with this like, I wouldn't say start changing your mindset today. I would say jump into the guide and start changing your mindset today. I would keep it in there, but jump into the guide and start changing your mindset now.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've just made this incredibly more specific. So now we can copy all of this and go over into PAS.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now just navigate these templates here off to the side. And now you're just copying and pasting that directly over here.
Yeah, and you'll see we can just take out the last 2 sentences. Oh, that's fine. Jump into the guide now. That's fine. For product name, it was the 3 steps to changing your mindset. I actually think to changing your mindset is really dumb. I don't think nobody wants to just change their mind. Like 3 steps to changing your mind. You don't want, nobody actually ever Googles that. I always try to go with like SEO kind of phrases. So yeah, 3 steps to enjoy your family time or something like that.
Getting like 3 steps to getting more time with your family or something.
No, talking about enjoying family time without stress. You don't have kids, do you?
No.
Okay, so one of the things that plagues parentpreneurs is when they are with their family, they're thinking about work and they're thinking about the things that they need to achieve with work. And so that might happen with other people too, but it's like it takes the fun out of getting to enjoy family time, because maybe you're at the store with your kid and your kid sees something really expensive and they're like, Mom, Dad, can I get it? And you have to tell them no. And immediately you're thinking about, how can I get another client? How can I make another sale? How can I increase our profitability or our revenue so that I don't have to tell my kid no? And so you jump to stress immediately. So if you're a mindset coach, like that might be something that you help people focus on, because that target audience, that's a problem that they have. So instead of sarcastic, let's go with rude. Let's see what happens.
Rude.
Yeah, I like to have more punchy and in your face kind of rhetoric, because it helps be more direct when it comes to selling. The thing about the biggest difference between blog posts and social media posts is, like, blogs, you need to have perfect grammar and you need to have full sentences and paragraphs and different things like that. And like today, we're going to talk about X. On social media, if you do that, you will lose your audience. Your engagement will dip drastically. And so on social media, you realistically want to have the more punchy, more in your face, more bullet pointed. You want your content to be extremely skimmable. You want it to be entertaining. You want it to be kind of polarizing. So that's why I go with rude, sarcastic, Grant Cardone, different things like that. So you're too busy to enjoy time with your family, or you're too stressed to actually enjoy time with your family, is how I would change that. But I still really like that. You're too busy to enjoy time with your family. It's like right in your face. You don't have enough time for anything these days, do you? Not even the things that are important. Oh my gosh, this is making me feel really called out right now. Like, this is not good. Okay, mindset coaches, do not use this against me. You don't have enough time for anything these days, not even the things that are important to you. It feels like you're always running on a treadmill and getting nowhere. So you see how generic it was with the AIDA framework, and then we brought it in here, like we tweaked it a little bit, added in our specifics, and then brought it in here to PAS, and now our PAS is freaking badass.
Yeah.